Hey, hello, hello. What's up? Today we are talking about, is it okay for service-based entrepreneurs to make lots of money? I'm Heather Blaze. If you don't know who I am, I help service-based entrepreneurs make lots of money. No, well, yes, I help them set up their systems and their businesses so that they can have time and money freedom. And there's a formula to this. There's a system for this. So if that is you, if you're a service-based entrepreneur, if you're an expert in something, like doesn't matter what industry. If you are an expert at something, a coach, a consultant, have a business that serves others, then pay attention. Okay. And especially if you have some money blocks going on, if you're thinking like, I can't help people or I can't make lots of money if I'm helping people, I'm going to explain today why it's okay for service based entrepreneurs to make lots of money. So, again, if you are here with me, actually, if you're here with me, I would love to know that you can hear me, you can see me. So, if you can comment in the comments here and just let me know real quick. You could say hi. You can put hashtag live if you're here with me live, hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. And if you're on YouTube, you know the drill. Just, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. But let's dive right in. Okay, let's dive in. First, I'm just going to make sure. Okay, I'm not seeing any comments, but that's okay. So, I'm in the business of helping service based entrepreneurs to sell high ticket offers. And what that means is that we take all their knowledge, their wisdom, their expertise that they have accumulated over time or that they've gotten certified for or what have you, gone to school for. They want to create a business around it, something that they love to do. Okay. If you're an expert in something, doesn't really matter what it is. And if you serve others, then we are able to bundle that value and be able to charge a high ticket for it, which means that they charge their clients anywhere between 3K to 10K typically. Okay. There's a bit of a range outside of that, but that's really the sweet spot. So, but there's certain people who frown at that price range and think, how can you be serving people and charge a premium price at the same time? That's not right. Okay. So if that's one of you, oh, good. Thank you. You can see me. Oh, hey, Peggy. Awesome. Cool. Okay. So let's keep going. So, there's those that think that you cannot be mission driven if you charge that much, or that being rich and successful automatically equates to being a horrible person. Okay. I see it all the time. I hear it all the time. I'm doing phone calls all the time. I'm posting stuff and people are making comments all the time. Uh, you know, we walk around with all these negative beliefs around money, and they can hinder us from achieving our desired results. Okay. So let's start off with the proper understanding of what money really is. Is it evil? Is it a luxury we can do without? The way I see it, money is just a tool for keeping score of the value that you're creating. Okay. So think about it this way: if you're getting paid, let's say 3K as a business coach, for example, then people believe that the value of what they are getting out of your program is more than 3K. Okay. So that means that if you work with 5 people a month, you just created more than 15,000 worth of value for your clients and the rest of the world, because they will be serving others more effectively too. Okay. If that's what you do. So realize that people aren't paying you for your time or your knowledge or your expertise for that matter. They're paying you so that they can get certain results, that and like that's the value. Okay? That's the value that you're putting out there as you work with your clients. Okay? Remember also the things that you had to go through, right? To get to where you're at now as a service-based entrepreneur, because it's not about what you deliver at the moment. It's like all of the learnings and the growth and investment you made to be able to create those amazing results for others. So it could be easy for you now. Like I can sit and listen to a struggling business person, I can listen to them, ask them a whole bunch of questions about their business. And in just a quick 45-minute call, I can already tell what's working, what's not working for her, what needs to be changed so that she can have better outcomes. Okay, whatever that may be for that person, kind of like a doctor would before prescribing. You ask certain questions to kind of diagnose the situation because they're an expert. They've gone to school, they've done what it takes to get to that point in their lives. And that's the same with me. I'm like a doctor of business, right? So I can sit with somebody, I can ask them a whole bunch of questions, and I can diagnose what's really going on, get to the root cause so that we can cure it. Make sense? But how did I get to that point where it's all just so easy for me to make a diagnosis? It took years. Okay, years and years and years of preparation and learnings from many different sources, from implementing things, from having different businesses. I mean, I've been doing this for 20 plus years, right? So I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, and a lot of expertise. So I cannot just measure the value of my work by the amount of time it takes for me to help people. And I cannot and will not say that it took me less than an hour. So I can only charge 50 bucks for that, right? So let me give you another example. I like to give this dentist example, where let's say there's a dentist, and let's say there's a guy who's got a terrible toothache. Okay, and the guy finds a dentist, and the dentist asks him a bunch of questions, and he's like, when this happens, does this happen? Yes. Okay, what does this when this happens, does this happen? Yes. And what about when this happens, does this happen? Yes. And he's like, oh, I know exactly what it is, I can fix it in 10 minutes. It's like, okay, and I charge $5,000 and I'll fix it in 10 minutes. It's like, "What? $5,000? Oh my god, I don't have $5,000. Are you crazy?" Da, 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 da. It's like, "Okay, cool. I mean, how long have you been dealing with this thing for?" "I don't know, at least 2, 3 years probably, and okay, have you been to anybody else to try and fix it?" "Yeah, I've been to a bunch of people." "Well, how much have you spent so far?" "I don't know, probably 2, 3,000." "Okay, got you." And by the way, how much longer do you wanna keep going like this? Like, how is this affecting things for you? Like, is it affecting I mean, I'm not sleeping, and then I can't go to work, and then I lose money that way, right? So it's really affecting things. Um, and so the dentist is like, "Okay, well, I mean, I can help you, but that's what I charge," and it's like, "For 10 minutes for $5,000, like, if you want, we can stretch it out. We can make it days, months, weeks if you wanna take longer, but I really can just fix it in 10 minutes. It's up to you." Right? So you can see it's not charging for the 10 minutes. It's not charging for the time it takes to get the result. It's charging for the result, and it's how committed that patient would be to getting the result, right? So then of course they're going to be like, "Okay, I'm committed to fixing this. It's affecting every area of my life. I can't stand it. I'm in so much pain. I need to fix this now. I'll figure out how to find the $5,000, right? So another thing that people come from is they think, "Oh, I'm going to charge less because people can't afford it." That one I hear a lot, right? And so you can see if it's about the value and it's about communicating the value effectively around what's being offered in order to get a prospect to eagerly want to pay you for it. Okay. There's a way to do it over and over again around everything there is out there. Okay. And when it comes to service based business, even if you take a product though, too, like look at Louis Vuitton or Gucci or whatever compared to a purse at TJ Maxx, right? There's a way that they're communicating the value around the quality, right, of the purse at Louis Vuitton or Gucci or any of those name brands, right, for them to sell it for thousands and thousands of dollars versus if they're selling that product at TJ Maxx, right? It's what goes into it. How do they communicate the value? How do they market it effectively to command that premium price versus a purse that does the same thing, same job that's, 50 bucks at TJ Maxx versus 2, 3, 5,000. How much are those Birkins, right? Those Birkin bags are what, 10 grand or something, right? So there's a way to communicate value around things that has people eager to pay a premium. Doesn't really matter what it is. I work with service-based entrepreneurs. I don't really work with people that have products, but it can work for that too. Does that make sense? So the amount of work and the amount of value of that doesn't always go hand in hand. Okay. You need to see the tremendous outcomes that you're creating for the people, especially if you solve a major life challenge for your clients and then start charging for the actual value of that. Right. So, are you with me? If after working with you, your clients' lives are infinitely better, then that's just priceless. Okay, priceless. It's like certain offers are just like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're only charging $60 an hour for this. You're literally changing and saving lives. You need to be charging a premium for it." And it does those clients a service too because they're going to show up, right? They're going to show up and do the work that it takes to get the result, right? If you're only charging 20 bucks an hour, they may take it or leave it. But if you're charging $5,000 for the result, they're going to show up to do the work that's necessary for you to go deeper with them in order to get that result. Make sense? So again, people's main concern is finding the solution to their problems. And if you can help bring that in for them, if you can facilitate the change that they've been looking for their, whole lives, then that's really invaluable. And you shouldn't be afraid to charge like 5K or 8K or even 10K for that. Make sense? So own your worth because as much as your clients deserve to have, we'll take that business coach example again. As much as let's say you're a business coach, as much as your clients deserve to have their dream business, or let's say you're a wellness coach or something like that, or get in the perfect shape, or if your expertise is helping people restore relationships, right? Um, with your help, you also deserve to be well compensated for being great at what you do. Okay. Again, those are the results that people are looking for. Does that make sense? So type in the chat if that makes sense. Awesome. Thank you. Already ahead of me. So let's go into the second piece of this, okay? That I want you to really, really remember. So the more money that you have, the more good you can do. So yes, money is a way of keeping score, but it's also a vehicle for opportunities. And what I mean is the more income you're bringing in, the greater chances you have of reaching and serving more people. And this is I'm not just referring to like people you serve as your clients either. Like by having more money, you can also help facilitate a better life for the ones closest to you, like your family, your kids, right? Your kids will grow up not having to constantly worry about their personal needs. Or maybe you could help a sibling go through college and build the life that she's always aspired for. Or you can also help your favorite cause, right? Or whatever it is, whatever you're passionate about. Or also having that money allows you to help your clients more, right? If you can hit your financial goals, so you don't have to focus and worry about that yourself, then you can be your best self, get enough rest and not as so stressed out and stuff like that. So you can show up even better for your clients so that you can go deeper with them and get even better results, right? It's just a win, 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 win all the way around. So you make a difference in your immediate circle by taking extra care of them, extra care of yourself, right? While also impacting the world in a grander scale because of the clients you serve. So it's different. It's a different thing altogether if money is like your ultimate driving force and you're cheating your way into making more of it. Okay. If that's the case, then money's poison for you and you need to get out of it and get that out of your system ASAP. Okay. That's not cool. But if you strengthen your commitment to do the things, like to do things as love and for the good of many, then money will simply be a tool to help keep you working in that direction. Okay, makes sense? Let me take a sip of water. And if you're coming from that place, right, you'll always be thinking about how you can use your money to serve more people with integrity and help build better lives for them. So you essentially create a ripple effect as you make more money and put that into serving more people who will in turn serve their clients or their families and impact their communities and so on, right? I want you to realize and really consider this truth, okay? There's no necessary contradiction between having money and doing good. Okay. And yes, there might be people, right, who have tons of money, but have ruined others in the process to get to where they are now. But it doesn't have to be the case. Okay. I'm a big believer in money amplifies who you already are. Okay. So I want this process of getting rich to turn you into someone who has integrity, who's more caring, more aware of others' needs, and someone who is stronger and smarter. Okay. Build a business for yourself that gets you the freedom that you want to be able to do the things that you enjoy, the income that you want, as well as the impact, right? The impact that you want to make in the world. So understand that those three, okay, freedom, income, impact, they're not in opposition. Okay. They all go hand in hand. And it's possible to achieve all three when you do a high ticket service, okay, in the way that I teach my clients. Okay. So don't ever buy into that lie. If you want to create a difference in the world, then you can't be bothered about making money, or that you have to that you have to grind. Okay. If you want to make more than you have, um that's not necessarily true too. You don't have to grind and sacrifice precious time with your loved ones, because you can put proper systems in place that can help leverage your time. And again, the high ticket comes into that, right? Because if you're working with less people at a higher ticket, that leaves more time, right? If you have to work with 100 people to reach 10,000 versus if you work with one person to reach 10,000, right? How much time do you have to spend delivering what you offer to 100 people versus one person? Make sense? So let's talk about another thing, okay? The fear of money threshold. So what's that? Okay. This is when you start to hit your income goals and life gets comfortable. But then your business continues to scale. And suddenly the 5K a month becomes 10K a month. And then the 10K becomes 15K and then 40K. And suddenly you get uncomfortable again, because now you're making all this money and it's very unfamiliar territory. So then you begin to worry about where the money is, where the money's coming from and where it should go. Okay. Maybe not so much where it's coming from, but where it should go. Okay. And you start getting concerned about, okay, what people might think about how you are now, or you might start thinking like, oh, they might, like, how do I put this? Um, you start getting concerned about what people might be thinking about you now that you're making lots of money. Okay. And you also worry about losing that income in a snap, right? So now you get comfortable making that, and then, now we got to hold on to it. So this happens a lot because people suddenly feel doubtful again. Okay. And so they want to hit the brakes sometimes. Okay. So the business grows faster than your abilities as a leader and how you relate to money. Okay. This is why one of the first steps I work on with my clients is mindset. I always say it's 80% mindset, 20% all the fancy marketing tools. Mindset's so important. Okay. And honestly, this is a good problem to have when you have this, all this money coming in, right? It's a good problem to have. But if you don't handle it, if you don't handle your mindset correctly, this can also hinder your growth as a person and as an entrepreneur. So one of the doubts that comes in is, what are my clients going to think if they see me successful too? That can come in. And realize that when your clients come to you with problems that need to be solved, your being successful is going to be reassuring, okay, not repulsive for them. Okay. So some of my clients would say, well, what if they think that I'm just all about the money and I'm not really there to help them, right? Because there are people out there like that, right? So you can kind of start thinking like, maybe other people think that I'm like that, right? Well, let me tell you this, okay? Usually those who are just about the money do not get great results for their clients, simply because they don't care. That's where it comes from, right? So also, worry about um just think about, like if you're coming from that caring place, it's not really going to happen, right? If you're caring about getting the results, the money will just come, right? And some also worry about their family or friends. What are they going to think if you start making too much money, right? Oh, who does she think she is, right? Like that can come up. But just remember that those who love you, they're going to be rooting for you. Okay, they're going to be your cheerleaders. They're going to want you to be successful. So if they aren't, then what they think about you, it's not really any of your business, right? You can't control what other people are thinking about you. Um, and that's just something that you can't control. Okay. So don't even try. When you're successful, the haters are guaranteed to follow. Okay. They're going to show up because Not everybody will really understand, and not everyone will agree with what you do. Okay? They're probably thinking about what we're talking about right now, right? "Oh, you shouldn't make any money," right? That's not you're not serving people if you're making money and you're greedy, all these things, they can just creep up, and they're all just limiting beliefs, pre-programmed beliefs that we've been fed in society and all this stuff, and anyway, guess what? The cool thing is you don't have to please everyone. Okay. The haters will be there. Let them be, because you'll also be creating massive impact in the lives of those who believe in you and support you. So, if that's what you want, okay, to create this ripple effect of good in the world while also hitting your income goals, then my team and I are here to help you do just that. Okay. If you're not sure how to do that for yourself. Okay. So, if that's something that you're interested in, just type the word impact below and expect a DM from us. Okay. We'll reach out and we can book one of those calls that I was talking about earlier. I have free 45-minute calls where you can hop on. If your business isn't working the way you want it to, we can hop on. We can diagnose exactly, specifically why it's not working. We can determine things like who are the best people for you to be targeting or attracting, what price you should ultimately be paying, typically between that $3,000 to $10,000 range, based on what you specifically offer, and then we can take a look at what's working, what's not working, and then give you the best strategy for you. Okay, the best steps to take you from wherever you are to where you want to go. Okay, or we can point you in the direction of someone that could help you with whatever you need. Okay. And if we are a good fit on that call, then we'll also talk about that. If you're interested in working with us on a deeper level, we can talk about that. And then just take it from there. All right. So I hopefully this has been super helpful for you. Let me just double check the comments. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer any for you. Awesome. I'm already making an impact on you. Perfect. I love it. Yes, and Peggy, I heard about your giant win. That's so cool. So exciting. Yes. Um just warms my heart, for to see how far you've come in such a short amount of time. So, very cool. So, yes, hopefully that's been helpful for you. I'm here every Thursday, 3 p.m. uh Pacific Standard Time. Um and I also have a Facebook group called the Business Growth Blueprint for High Ticket Services That Sell. So if you want to hop in there, and we've got tons of really great, valuable information in there, we'd love to have you. So come check that out. And yeah, just never be afraid, okay, to make money as you put your value out there. Okay. You can contribute to the world. You deserve to make money. So that can help impact more people, like I said, throughout this whole thing. But yeah, if that's good, then like I said, put the word impact below. We'll be in touch, get you set up, get you diagnosed, and get you on your way. So yeah, that's it for today. And I will see you next Thursday. Take care, everybody.